Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Amanda, and today I've got an interview that's with a very Hi guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and today I have a very special guest on my channel. You might know him from his episode on Escaping Polygamy or his episode on Vice, which I am going to be linking down below in my description box. I'm going to be asking him a bunch of questions that I have for him, but if you guys have any additional questions, leave them in the description box below, and if you guys like this video, maybe I'll do a part 2 with him. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda, and today we have my cousin Joe here.
What's up, guys? Don't forget, check out my channel down below.
Yeah, okay, we're going to have his channel linked down below, so you guys have probably already seen him. He's been on an episode of Vice and an episode of Escaping Polygamy. I'm going to link those down below as well. But today, I'm just going to be asking him. I have a list of questions that I have for him, and I also have questions that I've seen people ask online. So, let's just get into the video. Okay, so everyone knows your dad is Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
How many wives does he have? How many moms do you have? And how many siblings do you have?
So when I left, he married 14 people. One of them was my mom, and I had 157 siblings when I left. So quite a lot of people there. Not sure what it's at right now. Probably about 160 is what I'm thinking.
Wow, that's a lot. Do you know them personally, or that not?
So like it was kind of like if you're in a certain age group, you knew someone from like 4 to like, if you're like 10 years older than you, then I knew pretty well. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's kind of like, oh, a new kid. I didn't really get to know him, and then they
right.
Grew up and I got to know him.
Because like with my family, we would have like our family home evenings once a month, so then all the wives would get together with all the kids. We knew all of them. But that's different now because I'm out, obviously. So what was it like having Daniel as your dad? Like, did you see him once a week, or how often did you see him?
Yeah, so I figured out he was my dad when I was like 6 or 7. I thought my older brother was my dad for a long time.
Really? Because they don't tell you, because your mom wasn't her first wife.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like a secret, and I think there was like during the time where they were going through some persecutions and jail time, and so I didn't get to know him at all. But then once I got to know him, I worked with him. He was my boss, so he's more like a boss figure than a dad figure.
Right. How old were you when you started working?
9 years old. 9 years old, yeah.
Wow. I was about 9 or 10. I remember the school bus dropping me off from school to work, and then I just go work after going to school.
We worked at like the same place, like
Did we really?
Advanced Copy. Do you remember that?
I don't know if you worked at the same time. Because I worked at Advanced Copy when I was a little bit older. I worked at the office doing their checks and stuff when I was like 9 or 10.
I remember when you worked at Advanced Copy.
Really? So my first memory of you was at Ensign. And I think, did we have the same 3rd grade teacher? Who was your 3rd grade teacher? Or 4th grade? Sister.
4th grade, yeah.
Okay, we had the same 4th grade. I remember we all wore these little outfits. They made us wear the uniforms. Mm-hmm. I remember you were the like shy kid that always sat like in the back of the class.
Still am shy.
And I remember you as Joe though. Like you're out here, you're John. Everyone calls you John.
It's because my brother, John's my first name, but my brother is also named John. So there's 2 John Robinsons. So they just call us by our middle name, Joe.
Oh really? Yeah. Do you like John better though?
I don't really care. It doesn't make a difference, but like, Joe's probably.
That's what I remember you as, so that's what I still call you. I had that problem with Jessica too, because she was a Stephanie.
Yeah.
You know when she left, she was Jessica.
She changed her name. Yeah.
Right. How often did Daniel come home? Do you remember?
I would say like once a month, but probably sometimes less. About once a month.
Wow. So you didn't call him Uncle Daniel? I know some kids call their dads uncle.
No, I just called him Daniel. Yeah.
That's so weird. Yeah, I guess we call our dad Burrow too. So Andrea and Jessica.
And Jessica, yeah. So Andrea and Jessica, when they left, there was this huge deal with their family. A lot of their kids went to foster care and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then they said that Andrea and Jessica, foster parents, like gave them drugs and like convinced them and like to say stuff bad about the order.
And that's why they were speaking out against Daniel.
Yeah.
It wasn't them in their right mind.
Yeah. So I believed that until I saw the episode on Escaping Polygamy where they said we got drugged and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah.
They were lying.
I didn't know.
I know when I left, I was like, I had to unravel all of the lies that they told me about everyone that left. I was like, wait a minute. Because they use the drug thing a lot. Like, oh, they're on drugs. And you're like, oh, okay. I guess that's very prominent in the outside world. I had this question, did you call Daniel dad? But we already answered that. You knew he was your dad by the time you got baptized, though, right?
Yeah, by the time I got baptized, I remember asking my mom, I was like, who's my dad? Because I figured out Nephi wasn't my dad. I was like, wait, then who's my dad? And so she's like, she just told me to ask Daniel next time he comes. So when Daniel came, I was like, hey, who's my dad? And he's like, am I your dad? I was like, oh, I guess so.
But he wasn't on your birth certificate, right?
No, he wasn't on my birth certificate, but...
What's on your birth certificate?
I think it's Phil Robinson. Just some random name.
Yeah, same. I have Kyle Grant.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But did Nephi just let you call him dad? He didn't care.
I don't remember. I just thought...
You're like, Daddy!
Yeah. He was my older brother.
Funny.
He's the one that took care of me more than my dad did, so I just thought he was my dad.
That's crazy. So what are your earliest memories in the order of you questioning?
Questioning?
Yeah, that it's like the true Church of God or whatever.
Yeah, probably when I was 16, and I just tried to like understand things a little bit better. And I thought, like, you know, if heaven's real and all this stuff is real that they're saying, you know, be nice and all this stuff, why would someone be treating like my dad, you know, treating people like this?
And he's a man of God, supposedly, right?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not buying it. So about when I was 16.
Wow. So then what was the final breaking point that made you leave the order, or did you get kicked out? What was your story?
Kicked out.
You really did?
I really did, yeah.
At what age?
20
years old?
Yeah.
What happened?
So what happened is I was talking a lot about, you know, what I didn't believe. And I'd be like telling my brothers and sisters, hey, I don't believe this, I don't believe that, I don't believe this. You know, this doesn't make sense.
That can get you into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so my dad's like, you're a bad influence, get out of here. So.
And no one fought for, like, you couldn't stay after that?
Yeah, I was just like, okay, I guess I'll pack my bags. That's basically what happened. He's like, hey, tomorrow you pack your bags and figure out where you're going to live. I was like, okay.
Where'd you go?
I just went to my sister's house.
Oh, wow.
I just packed all my stuff up and just went to her house. I was like, hey, you got a room for me?
So, that's so nice though that you had somewhere to go. Yeah. Otherwise you would have been on the streets. You wouldn't have known where to go.
Yeah, so
but then you did get adopted eventually, right? Or you went to a...
Yeah, host family. And then they took care of me and helped me get on my feet. And then... Yeah.
That's awesome. I feel like you've been so work-driven since then. But I think a lot of that is because of the order. You worked ever since you were, 9 years old? Mm-hmm. So you've been so, like, get that money. That's
or
awesome.
Just try to be productive, yeah.
So I did not know you were 20 when you left. I remember hearing, I was like, Joe Robinson left? No way. Did you have money when you left?
I had 12. I was able to get out $12,000 from the office.
Wow. They let you?
So like it said on my statement that I had $12,000. So I was like, I just went into the office and I was just like coming in, and I was kind of shy, like she was saying, and I just walked in. I was like, hey, can I just get my money? Like, how much do you want? Just give me all of it. Just give me all of it.
And they let you?
No, they were like, no.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? I was just like, okay. It's like, you have to ask your dad. I was like, okay. And Julie was actually in my car, you know, outside.
Waiting for you to see.
Waiting for me to come out with the $12,000. And I was like, oh, they said I can't get it. And she's like, okay, let me. So she went in there.
Oh, that's good.
And she's just like, hey.
You're going to give him his money.
Yeah, so then she was like, you know, threatened to call the cops. And she was like, more of like, you know, like, this is going to happen. And I was just like, hey, can we get this done? Like,
so wait, if she wasn't there, would you have just been like, okay, bye?
Yeah, I don't like confrontation, so.
Oh, yeah. No one in the order, they're very passive aggressive there. Yeah, so
I was just like, okay, I don't know what I would have done, but yeah, she just went in there, and then I was just like, okay, thank you. Sorry to be a hassle.
Don't mean to hassle you for my money.
Don't mean to bug you, but.
So you did get it though eventually. That's
yeah.
Good. How did your family treat you when you left?
So like a lot of them was like, you know, I don't talk to outsiders. I don't, you know, associate with you anymore. You're a bad person. You don't understand ethics and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just doing my thing. Like, I was kicked out. Mm-hmm. That's why I felt better with being kicked out, because it's like, it's not that I'm leaving. It's like
Daniel made me go.
Yeah. So I was actually okay with that.
Did you think they accepted you a little bit more because of that fact?
Yeah. So a lot of my siblings actually, you not so happy with Daniel after that. So
Really?
yeah, so now Daniel has some work he needs to do because, although they're constantly being told what to do and say, they're still a person, so they still have a mind that can sometimes think for what it's for itself, or sometimes
question what's going on.
And
right?
so yeah, if you tell someone that someone likes, hey, you can't hang out with this person ever again, and they suck,
overnight, right?
Yeah, overnight, it's not always going to work so well. So
yeah, that is good because then it causes them to question. Whereas like with me, they were like, "Oh, she's back because she
chose
left
to
us."
leave. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So they were still kind of talking to you here and there.
Sometimes, but not so much. And then it got better over time. Like when it first happened, some my siblings I haven't even talked to since.
Right, like your half siblings especially.
Even half siblings and even full siblings. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, my half siblings were definitely like less, like they were okay to just cut me out. Where are you now in life? So you've been out how long now?
Yeah, it's been like five
if
years.
you were 20?
Yeah.
5 years, man.
It's been 5 years.
So now you graduated school, got your bachelor's, right? You're working. You still kind of see your family here and there?
Kinda, yeah. Some of them are the closer ones.
And then I think you had a few leave after you, or no?
Yeah, I had Nephi left after me.
Your dad.
Yeah, my dad. The one I thought was my dad.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
So you get to see him more. Do you feel like you see him more now than the rest of them?
Yeah.
That's good. So you're glad you left. Do you have any regrets?
Any regrets? Oh yeah. Just kidding.
Really, what?
The only thing is it's too hard to look back. So it's like, because it's like if you invested in a stock, right? And you say, hey, if I would have bought it here, I would have made this much money. If I would have bought it here, I would have made this much money. Well, if you could predict all that stuff, you'd be a billionaire in a couple of days. So you can't really look back. Right. You have to say, do the best you can at the time you're at and say, okay, yeah, if I would have done this, it would have been better. But if you didn't know that, who cares? Right. I didn't know to do other things. So no.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it. There's no sense in just shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I did this and that.
Yeah, it's too hard.
If you could take like yourself now and go back to like the time where you're struggling in the order and tell them a message or something from you now talking to yourself back then, what would you say? Would you tell them anything different?
Yeah, back then I was just like, well, it can't get any worse because like I just went through a whole lot of bad stuff personally right before I was kicked out. So when I was kicked out, Daniel said, hey, Kate, pack your bags, go. I was already at the low I can get. I was already at that point where I was like, okay, it can't get worse than this. And I was right. It never got worse than that. It's only ever gotten better. And I was just like, so when he said that, it didn't, like, it was like, oh, nothing added on. I was already at the lowest. And so I was like, just say, yeah, just keep working, work hard, and
it'll get better from here.
Yeah, get better. Say.
That's good advice. And it's never gotten to that point again.
Never gotten, yeah.
That's good though. Is there anything you'd want to say to anyone? Because older people do watch my channel, and they watch your channel too. Is there anything that you would want to say to them? Because my thing, every time someone asks me that, I'm like, yes, I would like to say, question everything.
Yeah, that's a good one. Question everything. That's because, but also, I mean, it all depends on what you want out of life. That's the only thing that's tough. It's like, I know people that are in the order that they don't agree with the order, but they're still in the order because it's like they feel like it's going to be hard to leave.
They have family too.
They have family.
It's
they
true.
don't want to miss out on family time and stuff. So I think I just do whatever you like.
do what makes you happy.
Do
I guess
whatever you
that's
want.
true. Some people are okay with not questioning and just following blindly.
Yeah.
And I guess if that makes you happy,
and it's strange.
I couldn't be happy with
yeah,
that.
I don't get it either. That's the thing that's so weird. It's like, but at the same time, think about not only yourself too, because if you're that person that, doesn't question and you have kids and now you start bringing other people in the picture, maybe you should question a little bit, maybe you should think about the overall picture. But
right, the impact that's going to be happening.
If you're the only one involved, I mean,
it's your life, I guess. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it like that. All right, that's all the questions I have for you. If you guys have any more questions for him, comment them down below. And I'm going to link his YouTube, and you have Instagram, right? down below. So go and follow Joe. All right.
Do
Thanks.
it.
Do it. Thanks for watching.